The following video is proudly presented by MightyOxTrading. All information contained in this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. It is not financial or investment advice. Good morning. Welcome to MightyOxTrading. Tuesday morning. We're ready to rock and roll. Not really. I'm tired, but I'm here. And NASDAQ is heading up. As we speak. Fortunately, I didn't jump on that trade, but that's okay. Let's take a look at the markets from overnight to start off our morning. And good morning, Jamie. Hope you are having a good day. NASDAQ is kind of in a consolidation mode most of the evening, then started popping up for the London session. We have about 150 points of range. ES is pretty much the same moves and about a 40-point range there. Kappa. Math, not my thing, but 6 times 20, about 120 ticks of range. Gold. Consolidated and came down about 17 points of range. UltraBond. UltraBond hit a low we haven't seen since early 2019. About 2.5 points of range. Crude oil got up to 113 and then dropped like a rock. Here, we reached a high about here, and then it dropped all the way down to 107, over 6 points of range. About mid-range, a little less than mid-range now at 109. That was quite the drop. This candle here was 168 ticks by itself. And natural gas has been heading up. About a little over 100 ticks of range. Russell, I forgot to mark. It did pretty much the same thing that the other two indices, equities, whatever. 22 points of range, and the Dow we have about 300 points of range. So that's where the markets stand. BTC's also up for anyone that follows Bitcoin. Up to almost 43,000. That was a small move up there on the NQ. Pulling back already. And that's where we stand. With the UltraBond sending us a signal here. It's been choppy. ES. Oh, crap. Short signals now firing on both NQ and ES. We have been coming down. We've had a couple with this pullback here. This could be another pullback. It's already through the SMA line. Not taking that there. Could bounce. Maybe should have taken it. I mean, it's down 3 points, not a whole lot. Definitely not seeing high velocity moves so far. But yeah, it looks like it might continue to come down. Let's see if it breaks this recent low of 14,387. That's where it stopped, or actually 14,385. Either one of those areas are interesting. A little bit of a bounce there. Morning, Contra. How are you doing this morning? Gold popping up there. 1 point candle. Right back down. You can take as long as you need, Chris. I actually took 21 days. Just remember, if it takes longer than a month, you have to pay for the second month subscription. Copper popping. $15 is just the minimum amount of days. So if you get profit target in 4 days, then you still need to open and close a trade for the next 11 days. Crude popping up as well. Got above the SMA line there. Nice little pullback. Back up above 110. Is everybody hearing me okay? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Uh, yeah, I've had that question a couple of times where people think that you have to do it in 15 days. No, it's just that's the minimum of days you need to trade. It's just kind of a stupid, I don't want to say stupid, but it's a redundant rule in my opinion when you also have the consistency rule. Because, I mean, you can't do it with the consistency rule, you have to trade at least 4 days because you can't do more than 30% one day. So I don't know why they just don't keep it, just keep one or the other rule, 15 or the consistency rule. Copper really went up. See the upper left hand, I'm sorry, upper right hand corner. Over 20 ticks on that one, following, and it's still blowing up. Nasdaq's curling here, back upish. Yes, upish is a word. Oh, there's our Twitch spammer. The copper, look at it, sent this long signal back here. Obviously been good. It was barely awake at this point, so, and it's just kind of floating up here. A new high of the day? Yes, and it made a new high of the day. Now we're consolidating. Gold's making a nice move down. This is short signal here has come down about 3 points. Two-bar pullback on copper and now heading back up again. Big moves here on copper. Not sure what's driving that. Pullback here on crude. UltraBond, kind of sideways-ish. So thank you everyone for joining me this morning. Just getting started here. Curled back up here a little bit on the NASDAQ and now curling back down. A little bit of weird price action right now. There's a move down in ES. ES actually sent a better signal. So, I don't know. Looking for maybe a break here of 94. No, not 94, sorry. 88. 88 or 85. I'm more secure at 85. I want to see this kind of bend these bands. I'm going to get an NQ chart ready. Gold. Pop and back up to the SMA line. Good morning, Matt. How are you doing? Excuse me. How are you doing today? Okay, just took this short here on NQ. While we watch that, I need to go check my email to see if I've gotten anything from Earn to Trade. Nope, nothing yet. So got in here for the break of 85. Not really for the break of 85 because I got in at 86, but we're seeing some good momentum downward. And kind of a bounce. Gold at the SMA line. popping back up. Copper's pulled back to the SMA. And NQ's pulled back to my entry point. Gold. Long signal there. NQ popping up back to the SMA line, so maybe this was a mistake. Thought we were going to break downward after that little S-curve type thing there, serpentine. Do a downtrending SMA line. Not a lot of room down to the bands. 2 deviation bands at 83, 3 deviation bands at 78. Bouncy. Sideways again. Change my indicators back. 3. Turn this one back on. There we go. There's my Bollinger Bands back. Top of the hour in about 5 minutes. Crude coming back up to its SMA line. Crude sending a long signal. Seeing some movement down here on NQ. Gonna try and torture me again this morning. But I will accept torture if it ends in a good result. Back to my break-even point. And back down. Blow this area up so it's a little easier to see. Excellent. Matt. Yeah, there's some momentum down. Just needed Matt to join today. And back to my entry point. Yay! Big move up. 5 points. It's not that big of a move. 370. It's close to my target. Targets would be 66, so we'll watch that. Seems to like this 85 level, keeps coming back to it. Good morning, Jay. How are you? What, on each candle? Oh, nice to hear, Jay. I mean, how much it's moved on each candle, Matt? Is that what you're talking about? Trading view. Up, if you look here, let me blow this up here. If I hover over any candle, it shows me the open, the high, the low, and the close, and the movement of that candle. So like this candle that I'm hovering over right now, the open was 14,400, high was 14,408, low was 14,400, close was 14,407, and it moved 6.75 points. All right up here. I love TradingView. So it's just hovering right around this area. I agree. I absolutely agree. Just a little movement. That's all I want. I don't ask a lot. Awesome, Jamie. We all joined the short party. That's a nice move down. Top of the hour didn't really do anything, but 2 minutes after, we see some movement down. And some bouncing right back up. Gold came up above that SMA line, set that long signal. It just kind of surfed along there. Looks like it wants to head up, but copper continuing to head up as well. Low so far this move was that last candle at 14,378.75. Ah, and a nice green candle back up. And right back down, and up, and down, and up. Kind of meeting the SMA line here. And the SMA line's now right at my entry point as well. This could curl up above. Bands are kind of tightening together. Part of me thinks I should kill this here, but I don't know. Let's see. And Q did just nip that upper band on the RSI. Yeah, this is normal NQ action. Small 1 point candles. That's what we always see on NQ. We are at the SMA line. Band is tightening. There's another move down. There's a nice move down. 5 points down. Yeah, there we go. 8 points on this candle. 10. Watching, though, really near that third band. See if we get it. If we start bouncing here, I'm going to cut it. It did kind of hit that third band. Just barely. Trying to give it some room, though. There we go. There's more of a push. Low on that candle was 377. Oh, bouncing. There's some more reddish. Oh. 380s around the area. It seems like it's now struggling. There's the bounce. We're back above my entry point. Moving my stop down to the Bollinger Band, the third Bollinger Band. It's a 5 point stop now. Looks like this wants to curl up. I should have took the 150 when I had the chance. Let's see if it comes back down here. Did just hit that upper band on the RSI again. Kind of a weird bunch of candles here. SMA line straightening out. It gets back under the SMA again. Gold sending a short signal as well. So there's more red there. We are back under the SMA. And again, a little burst down. Again, near that third band. $77 now. Again, where we bounced that last time off the band. That's where we're back to. New candle. Back up to 380. Burst down. There we go. See if it continues momentum. Stops move to break even because we got 10 points in the in the profit. See if we can continue this momentum. We're at that settlement price Matt mentioned earlier. Let's see if we can break through to the other side. And I'll break on through to the other side. Candle in 10 seconds. This looks like a reversal candle. Oh wait, you said 70, not 75. That's right. Oh, there's a nice little burst. Yeah, Jay, I passed the TCP yesterday. I'm waiting for the paperwork. So, Gauntlet's the only account I have for today. 72. Entry point was 86. If it gets down to 66, then my stop will get much tighter. A 5-point trailing. Now we're just about at the settlement price. We did just kind of have a little bounce there. Good job, Matt. Moving my stop manually down to the top of that candle. So if it does bounce here off settlement, then we'll get like 9 points out of it. But if it continues down, we'll get more. There we go. There we go. Beautiful. Good morning, my Ameritrade. There we go. Target hit. Target then stop is trailing. Looks like I might pop up here. My stop's right at 14,370. Okay, we're out of that trade. That was a long one. We got in at 50, so that was a 30-minute trade again this morning. Not quite the 45 minutes from yesterday. Let's go take a look at the stats. Back up to being 590, up 595 on the day. Remember, if anyone that was with me last night, I hit a big trade and then gave back on 2. So back up to 595 on the day. We entered that trade at 386, got out at 370. So we got about 14 points, I know, 16 points off of that. Thank you, Jamie. So while we were in there, UltraBond came down some, copper went up and down, more up than down. Gold's kind of sideways. Copper made a new high of the day. Crude's kind of heading upwards. And so is natural gas. I was thinking about it. Haven't gotten to it yet. And Q sending a long signal here. Not taking that. It's too quick, in my opinion. I tell you, I really, really wondered a couple of times as that was coming down if I should get out. Especially when this hit this Bollinger here, this third. I'm like, it popped back up to here. I was like, I'm thinking I should have got out, but held in there and it worked. Well, I'll show you guys last night, and I did hit one big winner last night, but then I started drawing out the other trades that I should have taken. Look at this from last night. Starting at 7 p.m., which is when I would start trading, 7 p.m. Eastern. That first short signal that happened right at 7 Eastern. 20 points. Obviously more. That's the trade I hit, I believe. Or no, this is the trade I hit. But this one, 20 points. I would have ignored that long signal because those are the bands. Now this one's interesting because did not take this one. I saw it, but didn't take it because it was down below that SMA line. But it did have this whole reversal thing going on. Came up, pulled back, and then continued up. If I had taken that, now it would have lasted literally forever. Not literally, but would have lasted an hour and a half, but it would have got the 20 points. It would have been an absolute pain to sit through. And then look at this one. If I had taken this short signal, look at this. This is another one. An hour and a half. But 4 straight 20-point winners if I had just taken off the signals. Ooh, gold came down, and it came down hard. Now bouncing. Crude heading up, gold with a long signal. So down and right back up. And NASDAQ just came up to that SMA line, bouncing again. It might come down even further. Oh, thank you, Chris. I'm sorry I didn't see you say that. Thank you very much. Yep, NQ's continuing to come down now to that bounce off the SMA line. It's actually increased velocity here. So it bounced here at 79, and look at that go. It's already back down to 62. And this is what I need to get better at, noticing these and jumping in. That was looked like a reversal candle sitting right there. 2 big green candles up and then 1 red candle down. Could have got in on this candle, or even if I wanted to wait for confirmation on this candle and jump down for a quick 10-point move. Maybe not expecting it to continue down for 20 or 30 points, but 10-point scalps is adding $200 or 15 is adding numbers to the day. Bouncing again, bounced off almost the same area. Continue watching. Gold is absolutely that's a weird looking chart right now. Copper. So Jamie, did you also hit a target on that trade? Long signal there on gold, popping all the way back up. So it's come back all the way, almost all the way back from that down move there. Nasdaq finally back above the SMA line, so we're watching to see if it bounces here. I did, by the way, on NQ, since that's where my... Oh, excellent, Jamie. I'm glad to hear that. Congratulations. So 3 out of 3 of us that took the short there. Excellent. How's it going so far, Jamie? You're welcome. So gold did send that long signal there and then just continued going. Broke through that SMA and boom up. Would have been a nice trade. So gold in this weirdness actually sent 2 nice signals. This would have obviously been a quick winner. And then this is also heading up. And if we go back, maybe gold's starting to, I don't know. Me and gold have been having issues, but you can see here, this would have been 2 points, easy. This long, now see, this is where I get gun shy. This long signal is almost similar and wouldn't have gotten our target, but it wasn't similar because this is a big long candle. Ooh, there's a nice wick too, but this would have gotten 2 points as well. And of course, this would have gotten 2 points. This is why, gold used to look good to me, but it's been treating me bad lately. And it was definitely choppy here overnight, or in the last. That's an interesting candle there. They did come back down on NQ, back up. It's just hanging around that settlement price now. It's popping between 75 and 65. That was a good call by Matt. Now gold's coming back down again. Big candle down. I don't know what's going on with gold. And it's trying to send me a short signal here. I was just talking about how the last 2 signals have been good. If I take it here, it's gonna like slap me. Long signal MNQ. I kind of like that. Or NQ, I'm sorry. Why do I like that? Well, it came down, back up, back down, and now back up. Do you want to see it get back above 80? Maybe for a quick scalp. Or there. We're gonna try and get in a little bid. Okay, we're filled on NQ again. Trying again. Off that long signal. Needs to break this resistance or else this could be a pullback. So you gotta be careful here. Not going for a big target here. Oh, and there, rejected down. If it breaks that SMA, I'll get out. This looks like it might be a repeat of yesterday where we're gonna be all oh, okay, stopped out. So just gave back about 200 bucks. A little more than that with slippage. Yeah. I'm looking at that now and I'm like, I probably shouldn't have jumped in there. Big move back down here, 10 points. So now we're gonna stay out until it gets, if it gets back below 62, then we'll think about it. See, this is what happened yesterday, so I'm going to be careful. If we look at yesterday morning, as we turn back time, yesterday morning I got that win that got me over the hump on the TCP here. And then we just we chopped until the open. So that might be what we're doing here. We are a little less than an hour to the cash open. And we are looking choppy. So, yeah, we're going to stay out here, I think, until it shows me one way or the other. Good morning, Ace. SMA line is curling up. That came down to 65, so it was about a 15-point stop. Now, when I'm running micros, I am using a 15-point stop at this time of day. I don't know if I want to go that much with the mini, but we'll see. We shall see at another time. ES is trying to send me a long signal. How you doing this morning, Ace? So we're back above that SMA line. Just kind of watch, see what it does. Gold's finally settled. Kind of straight. We got straightness on the UltraBond and on copper right now as well. I want to thank everyone for joining me this morning. If you're here from YouTube, I'd appreciate it if you hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't subscribed, then I invite you to. Also, yesterday I published a short 90-second video about our special live stream of Friday, April 1st, our all-nighter. Give that a look. Y'all got real quiet real quick. Crude's at a new daily high. No, that's view up. Never mind. I gotta start changing the colors of these. But yeah, I was right anyway. Crude's at a new daily high. No, that's natural gas. Okay, I need to wake up. UltraBond is at a new daily low, and this is the lowest it's been since early 2019. Copper's trying to push its daily high up, and we're about mid-range on NQ. ES is in the upper 2/3. Ooh, big move there on copper, 20 ticks. NQ sending, well, NQ's heading up. Shall we try again? I don't know. I like that little burst up there. 83 was that recent high. Gold with a burst up there too of 2 points. I don't know. Seems like it doesn't want to really go up further. So sit the sun out and wait. Not sure where Vincent's been this week. I hope he's okay. Haven't seen him this week at all. So I should have grabbed that trade there. It's heading upwards. Could have got a quick scalp out of it at least. I had a feeling, you know, and I was wrong at where I tried it. Boom, boom, boom. I thought we're going to boom, but I just boomed too early. Yes, you definitely don't want to boom too early. UltraBond sent a long signal here. Gold also moving up nicely. So now, 4 out of the last 5 signals, well, no, this would have been a bad signal. But other than that, this signal was also bad. So 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 3, 2. This would have been another one. So I could, even if I had taken all those signals, I would have won 4, lost 2. That would have been a good win rate. Hey, Stephen Lee, how are you doing? And Q up, bumping up against that Bollinger, but gold would have definitely been a good signal. Cool, Matt. I'm a little bit ahead of that schedule. I did get my congratulations email yesterday. That's about a full week. So when they sent you the certificate, is that when they also sent you the paperwork to fill out? Oh no, Steven, I'm sorry to hear that. What happened? So that would have been a good trade if I had jumped in there. I should have followed my instincts there. Just a little bit gun shy because of that last loss. I didn't want to get chopped out again. Oh man. I know you'll get it back though, bud. No doubt about that. Okay. Cool, Matt. Thank you. I might have to whip someone to get them moving. Sorry about that, Steven. It sucks, I admit. But for every challenge you go through, you learn from it, and next time will be better. Look at me sounding all motivational. Copper coming down. UltraBond. Oops. Hate it when that happens. Crude oil. Short signal here. We're about 5 minutes from the top of the hour, and crude's cash open, I believe. 25 ticks down there. So you see, this would have been a beautiful trade. I should have taken it. Got back above that SMA line. Once it got back above there, it definitely looked like it was going to go, and go it did. Back down, curled under here. I'm now heading back up. So this is going to head up into the open. I'm surprised Ace hasn't said he's gotten his 2 points yet. ES going up nicely as well. Should have taken that ES signal. That was a better signal there. It's going up 4 points. Looks like we're heading back up to 14.4 on NQ. We touched 14,399 there. Gold's pulled back to the SMA line. Ace, to follow up on that question, it depends on the size of the account that you want. They range anywhere between like $100 to $300. Gold. Gold is, ooh, big move down there on copper. Gold's back at the SMA line. Board trades always work out so well, Ace. There's the top of the hour. Crude coming down. Short signal there on gold. Again, this is interesting because it came up, down, up, down. NQ to get about 14,400 and then dropped. Big drop on cop. Yes, I'm trying to rhyme. Short signal there on gold. I'm starting to notice this pattern, if it goes up, down, this is it's another good signal. 1 point down here on gold. I want to start grabbing that pattern. It's a tough figure out when it comes down to the SMA line and breaks it, when to get in, when not, when it's going to bounce. But this would have gone 14 ticks so far. beautiful, excuse me, a beautiful trade there on gold. So gold would have been beautiful all morning, shiny and all that. No, I mean, crude also, that last short signal would have been beautiful as well. So I'm missing a lot of beauty today. Well, that board trade would have. It seems like it was a good time for boredom there because it's continuing to head up. ES is closing in on its high of the day, about 3 points. So now we all need to take Ace's board signals. uh, well, I would say the same thing, but you all tune into me every day. Well, thank you, Ace. I appreciate that. Bunch of signals just came flying in. Pull back here on NQ, NES. Possible bounce off this SMA line. That gold trade would have been beautiful, beautiful. ES and NQ again and trying to send short signals. I don't like them, and we're 23 minutes on the bell. We have everything uptrending. It could prove me wrong. Natural gas is blowing up. I guess that's a bad term. Wow, actually, look at that. So this is where I set the yellow line right before we came on an hour and a half ago. And look how far it's gone since. It's the summer months, so I'm not sure why it's blowing up. Let's look at where we are at. Yeah, we got up to this level back on March 7th. Yep. There's that. Oh, no, I kind of like that short signal now. I don't know. It's close to the open. That's an interesting spot. You see the bands are starting to bend. Came down, we consolidated right underneath that SMA line. SMA line's starting to straighten out or even bend down. I should have grabbed it, but I'm hesitating. 6 points so far. I'm a little bit hesitant this morning, and I'm not sure why exactly. Copper sending a short signal. Absolutely, I agree. I just can't let myself fall back into the pattern I was in, where I get hesitant to take trades. But in that same token, that just bounced there, so it's probably good I didn't take that trade. 19 minutes to the bell. 18 minutes to the bell. I always love it when I say it right as that minute ticks off. It's it's coming back down. Gold's still kind of grinding downish. Downish. Yeah, there we go. ES again, might have had the better signal there versus NQ. Russell never has sent a signal. And natural gas just continues to go. Wait, NQ? Oh, what was that thing? Oh, NQ's hugging that Bollinger on the way down there. Crude. Popping back up. So probably stay out now until the bell. After the bell. Kappa. So I think that's short. Definitely looks like it wants to continue heading down. Pop back up on NQ. So NQ would have went, let's see, so far 89 on that entry down to 81 or 82. 8-point scalp could continue coming down. Okay. And we wait. So yeah, this would have been a good trade here. I'm saying that a lot today, but that's okay. We're about 14 minutes till the bell. So we wait and watch. Let's look at NQ since I said about being grindy. This is the trade we won. Coming down here. Sort of. I don't think I entered right there. I didn't. I waited. But let's just say that was because it could have jumped in there. That would have been 20. This is the one that stopped me out. Right here. Came down, punched me in the nose. And then if I had gotten back in once it came back above that level, it would have been a good trade. And then this one, it's going 8 points, well, maybe 10 total. So we'll see if it gets there. Looking at NQ on the 5-minute chart, we've been trending down now for a while. We'll watch that as we go into the open. NQ looks like it's trending down, while ES kind of looks like it's hasn't. I mean, it came down, but it popped back up more than NQ did. And ES is still pretty near its high of the day, whereas NQ is sitting about mid-range. Just over 10 minutes to the bell. Everybody's been quiet. Oh, Chris, how you doing, bud? Haven't seen you in a while. I thought I might have scared you off that Friday when I had my little rant. I'm great, Chris. I passed yesterday. I passed the trader career path. Glad to hear you're feeling better, Chris. I was afraid that you had decided to like leave after that day. I kind of ranted and I didn't see you after that because a couple people seemed to have disappeared. Short signal there on Crude coming down. Consolidating right here before the open on NQ. we're waiting for the open here. Just trading the gauntlet account until the TCP funded account gets set up. Until they get me the paperwork and all that stuff. Yep. I was in a trade yesterday for 45 minutes on MNQ. I needed exactly 30 points, and I was with 2 MNQs. So I waited till it got to my profit target. I was hoping so much that when I killed the trade that I wasn't gonna get slippage and finish like a dollar under. No idea how I'm gonna show the P&L once I get the funded account, since there's no dashboard. Yep. But for real money. So hey. Popping back up here on the ES and then Q right before the open. Thank you. Is okay. So we're 5 minutes to the bell. I'm gonna mute here for a couple minutes as I eat some breakfast real quick. And Q trying to prove that it wants to move up, but like I said, we're 5 minutes to the bell, so I'm not gonna touch that for now. Have these interesting moves right before the bell the last few days now. Minutes to the bell. Big move back down here right before the bell. We'll move over to our ES and NQ 5 and 1 minute charts and watch it. So I'm sorry, I thought I was muted. You might have heard me chewing, and I apologize if you did. Sometimes I forget which way the mic is, up or down. Anyway, we're 20 seconds to the bell. And here we go. We have a ding and a ding, ding, ding. Pop up here, 6.5 points. ES, about 2 points, and right back down. Back to red on ES. I'm sorry, on NQ. ES hit that Bollinger and are struggling to get up above. We're green on ES, red on NASDAQ. Now green on both. Long signal on NQ, but we're waiting. Ooh, big move up on NQ. Burst up there, 33 points. We're now up 41 since the open. And we just hit a new daily high on ES, and up 5 points there. Into the Bollinger, the third Bollinger on both. So there's the pullback. More pronounced pullback there on ES. Still big moves here, 31 points up. But we are above that third Bollinger. Well, it's actually at 2.75, but close enough. See if we pull back here. Pull back underneath the band now. Hit a high of 33. It's pulled all the way back to 10, so 23-point pullback. and surging back up. Back up to being up 34 points now since the open. We are 90 seconds till this candle closes. Kind of slowed down here real quick. Kind of small 1-minute candles, honestly, right now for the open. Back under the, well, right around 30 points on this 5-minute candle. Keeps jumping up and then back down below that Bollinger. So not a real eventful opening, honestly. ES, just 3.5 points on its candle. NQ 30 points. New candle forms now. Immediate pullback. Crude sending us a signal, so we'll start checking out the other things. That's been 5 minutes now. Back to the SMA line on crude. There's NQ. Gold's headed down. Did break that third band and bounced. Nice bounce. Hogs. A drop on the hoggies. Yes, I said hoggies. Don't judge me. Yep, now another big burst up there on NQ. So now we're 53 points since the open. That's more like what we're used to seeing. And ES has set a new high of the day. Yesterday we saw a burst off the open, and then we saw it just drop within like shortly after. So the action was muted by about 5 minutes. There's a big burst up, new high of the day on NASDAQ. It's a 42-point candle. We're up to 14,450 and continuing to climb. We hit a high of 14,462. It's time we look at some resistance areas here now. We're above everything from yesterday. I think we're above everything for a while. Let's look at the daily chart. Ooh, that daily chart is ugly. I need to get those drawings off of there. Let's look at a different daily chart. Let's look at this daily chart. Looks like we're above there, so I got drawings everywhere. These are all ugly. Take that off. So we haven't been this high since February 17th. 14,468 was the high on February 16th. So, continuing to climb. We're up to, that's just continuing to go as well. It's up to 1481, 14,481 now. So, Chris, I think NQ got upset about you saying it's the weakest, but ES is also heading up. It's at 4482. Russell heading up. Gold kind of grindy. Copper, UltraBond not really doing much. So waiting for an opportunity. Obviously, it's given us an opportunity. Didn't take it because, well, it's the open, and I don't know that it was going to do this. I mean, if we look at the signal it did send, I would never take that signal there that long. Well into the upper bands, probably the fourth band, pulled back a bunch. But I could have drew out a line possibly. Here, marked off the top of it, and when it got back above, jumped in there. That would have been a good trade. Pulling back here some now. Got a little overextended. You can see that it, if you're an RSI person, it got above that 80 line. Never broke that Bollinger though. Copper continues to head down. A 22-point drop here. Gold with a long signal, try to pop up. Really don't like the price action on gold. Copper, pop back up there. Little pullback, but coming right back up on NQ. See if it continues. We're waiting for an opportunity here. Chris, did you grab yourself any of that? Or anybody grab any of that move? Excuse me. Continuing to head up. Looking for an opportunity. It stopped here at 14,489. Pulled back, and now it looks like it wants to continue. I don't know, though. Smaller candles now. So I don't know if it wants to burst back up. Gold now finding its way down. Gold's just made a new low of the day. Heading into a demand zone. See how these demand zone thingies work. I've been testing those out as well. Big drop down there on NQ. It did not want to continue going up. That was a 30 point candle drop. Short signal there on NQ. ES sending that same signal. This might be where we're just like yesterday. Might give it all back. Two 30 point candles in a row here. Got to be watchful of a bounce. 15 seconds on this candle. There's the bounce already. We're in, trying to grab this verse down maybe. It's reversing. Maybe not. Maybe so. 10-point stop might not be enough. We're trying. Oh, stopping me out. Darn it. Oh, I forgot to show chart. I swear I just switched over to... Anyway, I just got stopped out. So that was one of those, I talked about earlier, where it's hanging there, and it looks like it wants to continue coming down, and it just didn't. And here it's trying again. Crude. Y'all got so quiet. We're filled on Crude. We're going to give Crude a try. Really bouncy here. Ah, Crude bit me again. Wow. I can't get positive momentum this morning. Gave back that big trade I did last night. Up $45 on the day. It's probably gone on commission. So, looking for something big here. NQ bounced. Well, not kind of. It kind of didn't bounce yet, but grinding up there. Is the chat working? Maybe I'm not seeing the chat? Oh, it's working. You all just aren't talking. It's okay, obviously. Hello, Michael. NQ did come down. Hello, Tom. Kappa. Sending a long signal there. Russell continues to head up while the others kind of consolidate. So looking for some opportunities here. Crude, of course, decided to come up 41 ticks, and that's coming back down. Me and Crude are just not gonna ever have a relationship again. Copper's kind of creeping up there. IQ coming back up. Big 27-point candle. So looking for another opportunity or two as we head into probably the last hour of the stream. Kind of sideways right now. Gold coming back down. Remember, if you're here from YouTube, I would appreciate if you hit that thumbs up button. We're getting a long signal here on NQ. Back above the SMA, but could be, it's going to come up maybe to here. Let's see, our high was 89. We're at 61, so we have some room. Pulling back again. And we're going to jump in here on NQ again. Good for us, a nice burst up. Got in 3 points late, and I thought I got in right as it was ending the candle. A lot of slippage there. There we go. There's a nice move. Stop moves a break even. Stop trailing. Pulling back. Waiting not to hit my trailing. That's good. Hit my trailing, so it's a small win. A $45 win on that. So only a little over 2 points. Little wallet patter. I guess it's deserves a quick cha-ching. See if my trailing stop was a mistake here or not. See if that continues to head up. Looks like this might have been just a quick pullback. It might just be where it exhausts and come back down, or it can just continue to go up. Or, yeah, it just regained that candle. So my trailing stop might have knocked the up. Trailing stop just cost me major money. That was a 19-point candle. Trying to get back above that recent high. And it did, and I didn't have the chart ready. Recent high was 89. It just burst up to 14. Wow. So that trailing stop knocked me out, and then it went. That would have been, it probably would have ended up being a nice $600, $800 trade. I'm going to remove that trailing. Don't think it would have came down to my entry point. Let me look. Maybe it would have. I entered it 465. Yeah, it did come down below my entry point. I don't know. That's a tough one. But obviously it cost me there big time. Shut up, Tiffany. So that was the opportunity there that I missed. Or I screwed it up. I don't know. I gotta figure out these trailings. Even if I moved the break even there, then I would have got stopped out. So maybe instead of moving the break even at 10 points, I move the break even at 15. Or move the stop up from 10 points to 5 points if it goes 10 points. That sounds like a good compromise. I'll work on that later. It's interesting. NQ's bouncing, around here, sending us the buy and then the short and then another long. ES just sent one long signal, and it was before the open. 44.67. It's up to 44.90. And the Russell was even before that. Well, no, same time. Same time as the ES. And it's gone 24 points. Another short signal here on gold. back below that recent low. Gold's another one that's been biting me, so, but the signals today have been good. See. That's the entry 30. See if we can get in on the ask. We're gonna give gold a try. Whoa! Holy crap! Did you guys see that? I don't know what I just got out of that. It just burst down and then hit my trailing. Let's go look at the stats on that. Holy crap! One sec while I put this. I got in just at the right time there. So look at the stats. Oh wow! 19.91 we got in, and we went down to 19.15.5. That was a $360 trade, and it lasted 14 seconds. $360 in 14 seconds puts us back up $450 on the day. Wow! Talk about good timing. Gold's just made up for its transgressions. It's continuing to go down, but that's okay. So everybody got so quiet. Y'all sleeping? Thank you, Tom. UltraBond. Gold's kind of consolidate. Well, gold looks like it might want to continue to come down. We're not going to re-go back to that well. We're up to 14,541 now on NQ. Obviously, another new daily high. Big bullish day now. It was ES that I made the new daily high on. Oops. Here. Boop. About a 250 point range now. Back to a daily chart. UltraBond continuing to try and get some attention. So we're here. 668 is the next resistance area if you go to a daily chart. Oops, 1 minute. There we go. NQ continuing to just boom up. We did have that pullback. Pullback stopped me out because I thought we might be going what we did yesterday where it came up and then came all the way back down. But we're continuing to head up. Gold's now sideways after that real quick move down. That whole move ended up being 90 ticks. No, more than that. Wow. So at 9:59, it hit a high of 1924, and then at 10:06, so 7 minutes later, it came down to 1909.8. So 13? Yeah, no. Wow. 24 minus 9. 15 points that quick. I caught, I'm sorry, 15 points. I caught 3.5 of those. So, looking for another opportunity. Everything's kind of calmed down. Taking a breath here. Watching and waiting. See, okay, Russell finally came down. Russell's been kind of the leader lately. Maybe I should have taken that short. It has gone down 2 points. So long since I traded the Russell, I have to remember how much a point is. I think it's 50. So $100. See if this is the start of the pullback, or I should say reversal. Excuse me. So now we watch. We wait. Again, I want to thank everyone for joining me. We'll be back on ShareVision for tonight's stream, 7:45 Eastern Time, and then ShareVision tomorrow morning as well. And then YouTube tomorrow night, Thursday morning, Friday morning. If you hear from YouTube, I would appreciate if you hit that thumbs up button. For the YouTube algorithm. And let me know that you like me, you really like me. Invite you to subscribe if you haven't. Also, reminder about our special April 1st overnight stream. There's a video I posted yesterday about it. I want to give that a look. You can use some views. It's only 90 seconds. Always got to be patient and wait for the next good trade. Now, see, Russell is continuing to come down, so it's come down 4 points now. Russell is sometimes the leader, so it'll be interesting to see whether NQ and ES follow here. Right now, NQ is trying to come back up, though. Bands are kind of tight. It's 8 points below the first band, but 15 below the second. This is a big move up here, 15 points. Just hit 62. We can push up higher here than probably staying bullish. Well, it is still coming up to 72. So I remember I got stopped out on this long signal here. I hadn't. It's gone up over 100 points since. These are the type of trades I'm going to need to eventually just use a wider stop and stay in. And that will happen once I have more of a buffer. Don't have to worry about hitting daily loss limits or things like that, where it can take a little bit more of a chance. When I'm running the micros, I run a 15-point stop, and that would have kept me in that trade. But 15 points is $300 on a regular NQ. As you can see here, I mean, and the thing is, it didn't even stop me out at my regular stop. So yeah, so that's right. So everything I'm talking about here didn't even matter. I trailed the stop once I hit 10 points in the profit, and it stopped me out for 2 points of profit and then went. So if I had just not had the trailing stop, you can see here it's gone boom, 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 boom. 115 points or so since then. And those moves are going to be the moves I'll eventually catch. But for now, patience. I'm at $450 on the day, and that's a good day on the gauntlet. Honestly, it's more than 10% of the profit target. If I can do that for 10 straight days, then this account's funded as well. Kind of sideways here now. Yeah, we might still want to try and curl up here. It's hard to tell at this point. Let's look at our daily. We're still well within the bands. Up to hit a high of 580 now, 580. ES also the new daily high. Copper hit a new daily high earlier, didn't even catch that, and it's since fallen pretty hard. It hit a high of 76.90. It's down to 70.75, so that's a $1,500 per contract drop. Look at that chart. Wow. You know, I didn't really notice that. Gold, new daily lows, went right through that supposed demand zone. How far back did I draw that zone? Holy crap. It's annoying me. Big red blotch needs to go. There we go. Hit a low of the 1909.8 where I nailed that trade earlier. UltraBond continuing to come down. Look at the daily on the UltraBond. And we can see that we have not been this low now since it's like right here, July 2019. Almost 3 years. Just kind of grinding now up to 15,590. I could have jumped in here at any point, but it's just so hard to know exactly where the top's going to be. Anybody else in anything? Anybody in a trade here? Short ES. Cool. Seems like it's trying to get up to 4,500 on ES. Big move down there on crude. 70 ticks. Look at crude here quick. This is the entry I should have taken if I was going to do crude again. Me and crude, though, obviously are having relationship issues. Doesn't look like how I'm looking at copper. But we see it came up here and it did hit the top Bollinger. And, you know, we've seen the pullback. It dropped back down below the SMA line. And since then, it's gone down. Math. It was at 108.41 and it just hit 107.64. So about 80 ticks. So a quick $800 drop. Yeah, IQ is just driving up now. I said 668, I believe, was the next area of resistance on the daily. Let me look again because, you know, my mind is a sieve. Yeah, 668.50. It hit a high on February 16th. So that's the next area. Gold, since since that big drop just kind of went completely sideways. I mean, big candle sideways, but sideways nonetheless. So since the open now, we opened at cash open at 14,390, 495.90, so about 230 points upwards. Copper sent a long signal there. Strong downtrend, not going to jump on that. Could very easily just be another little pullback before it continues heading down. Crude sideways. We're stream for another 20 minutes or so and see what we can get. Now there's 4,500 on the ES. So ES is going up 35 points since the open. So big moves here. I'd like to find one more big move myself. But I'm not going to jump in on this on any of these longs, hoping that it continues. At some point, every trend stops. And eventually, this one's going to as well. And it'll most likely be when I jump in. Bands are really far apart on the NQ. About a 75-point separation. No. 626 to 556. So 70 point. Yeah, I was right. Me and math. Gold's going to end up bursting up one way or the other with this tight range that it's in. Bursting up or down, I should say. BTC's having a day too. It just hit 43,225. Hogs. I haven't heard much from Hogs today. Hogs is actually having a good day too. Consolidated for quite a while. Hey WRX, how you doing? Thank you. Thank you very much. Kind of sideways here now, so we might have found our top, or it might just be taking a breath. Yes, it is. It's definitely what I mean. It took me 21 days, 21 trading days, and for most of that, I was going 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. Never more than $200 up, $200 down. Then last, I don't know, 7 or 8 trading days is when I finally started getting progress. When I originally started out, you need to trade 15 days. So it's, my goal was, just try and get between 100 and, 15 days it comes out to about $116 a day. So, my goal was, slow and steady, 115 to 200 a day. I mean, it didn't really need to limit myself to that, but, that's what works if you're, 15 days. And it was, if I hit 300 in losses on a day, then I would shut it down. Mainly shut it down because of the 550 daily loss limit. I never traded more than 2 or 3 MNQs at one time. So it was like, you know, shooting during the day, it was like shooting for $120 of profit on a trade, and with a $60 stop loss. In the evenings, it was like 90 and 50 or something like that. So NQ did kind of take a little breath and is now continuing up. There's just no stopping it today. Up to 631. Hey Walt, yep, I passed the trader career path yesterday. Working on the Gauntlet account while they set up the funded part of the TCP. Uh, yeah, WRX. Yeah, I'm trading the regular NQ now in the Gauntlet account, but in the TCP at least for the 25K, that 550 loss limit, one or two bad NQ trades and you're bumping up against it. So I had to stick to micros there. But yep, Walt, I'm a funded trader now. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And hopefully later this week at some point, we'll start trading for some real money. The bands on the RSI are really, really tight and really, really high. How's your trading going, Walt? Uh, I got the congratulations message. Haven't gotten the certificate yet or the paperwork. I'm assuming it's going to be at the end of hopefully by the end of the week. It's Helios. I believe Helios does all the TCPs, but I'm not 100% sure. Never figured out what the difference between Helios and APS are. Oh wow, well, that's not very nice. I don't understand why they're putting a time limit on it. I mean, you're still paper trading, so it's not like they're paying regular data fees for you. It doesn't make sense. Pulling back a bit. Perhaps we found the top now, but I've said that like 5 times. Chris Mort's Top Step Trader. Yeah, Top Step. Yeah, but I mean, $10 a month. I mean, that's nothing. I mean, $10 a month. Ooh, there is that burst up on gold that I said was going to eventually happen. Boom. But I mean, $10 a month is nothing compared to the goodwill they're losing there by booting you, in my opinion. Especially since I'm almost sure that if Top Step boots you, you're going to come over there and trade. I will say this, as far as I'm aware, and I can get clarification later on, but on Earn the Trades Live Sim, there's absolutely no time limit. So we got some wildness going now all of a sudden on gold. I have a few minutes left on the stream here, and we'll see if anything happens. We'll go a little longer if anything does. Probably I've never heard of it. And remember, I have backstage access basically. You know I'm a mod there, so we talk about a lot in the mod area with Gabs. I'll find out. I'll ask. I'll ask right out. So we are seeing some consolidation again here, and I mean we saw consolidation here in Q, then it popped back up a little bit. Now we're seeing more consolidation, so it's definitely slowed down. We definitely don't have this momentum here anymore, which could be means we're finally exhausting on this move. The high here has been 14,635 and 3/4. We are still above the SMA line. Yeah, I'm gonna ask today. Watching here, see if we might see a pullback. I've started seeing. You notice we have kind of divergence on the RSI here. It's trending down. Well, we're kind of sideways here, still trying to trend slightly up. NQ is into its Bollinger on the RSI. We are seeing a pullback here. So yeah, I'll get an answer for you, Walt, probably by tomorrow. So about 20 points of pullback here below the SMA line. This recent low, if you want to call it that, was 600 exactly. Well, 603/4. To just bounce off that Bollinger in the RSI. Thinking it wants, this might be where it wants to come down. ES, I believe, is already sending that short signal. It's already made that curve downward. There we see NQ. There's our chart. Watching. Showing some green now. So, back up, back down. It's unsure. What's interesting is Russell started this move a long time ago. We pointed that out. That's already come down 8 points. There's the short on NQ. Flashing on and off right here at about 603. Bollinger is at 597, the third standard deviation. Kind of bouncing here. Bollinger's real tight, so I don't want to get caught in a Bollinger bounce. $20 seconds to go in this 1 minute candle. There's the move down, but pushing that Bollinger down as well. We're in. Tried to catch the breakdown, but it's reversing. It's going to stop me out. Yep. That quick, it stopped me out. Hit that Bollinger and stopped me out. Dang it. So we're going to finish the day up $230, I think. We're going to see if this comes back down quick. It's a quick push back up of 10 points. Maybe it's not done yet. It was too close to the Bollinger. I should not have taken it, or I should have just took a quick 5. I mean, my entry there was 97, and it only went down to 93, so it didn't even go 5 points. But here it's trying again. Yep, back up. So it was just a pullback for now, at least. Baked me out. That was my own fault. I knew it was tight to the bands. I should have waited for confirmation. So go for just a couple more minutes just to see what NQ is going to do here. It's interesting. It's coming back up to the highs. I should have played the reversal when I hit that Bollinger. So let's just hone in on here on NQ and see what it does for a couple more minutes. So we're starting to see just a tad bit slightly lower highs here possibly, unless this comes back up and proves me wrong. We hit 35 there, 32 there, 29 here. See if this pushes up. I guess the question is whether it's going to sit here and consolidate for a while, or if it's going to finally come down, or for that matter, if it's going to continue its trip up. Long signal. Interesting. So recent high, or the daily high, 14,635. Just hit 31 again, but rejecting down. Up, new daily high again. .13 candle. Okay, we're trying once more. If it stops me out, then we'll be about break even on the day, and I'm okay with that. See how much more it got. There we go. Got some momentum up. Can it get above 650? Market likes those even numbers. People rest orders on them. Pulling back here a bit. $49.75 has been the high of the last two candles. Yep, pulling back. There we go. There's some momentum back up in green. That's a reversal candle. Maybe. We'll see. Hello, Jamie. There we go. Starting to go back green. Not getting above 49 though. Get above 50. There we go. That's the movement up there. Stop moves to break even there. It's about where I run into trouble before. $668 was where we hit February 16th. We're at 657 now. New candle. There, moving on up. Pulling back a little bit. High here has been 61. Okay, stop this out at our trailing as it comes down. So that's our final trade of the day. Let's take a look at the stats. Ending the day up $350. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. So, I mean, obviously I was up higher than that, gave some back, got some back, gave some back. But I will not complain about 350. And that'll be our last trade of the day. We want to thank everyone for joining me. We're back on ShareVision tonight for the next round of fun, and ShareVision tomorrow. Oops, I guess I should turn that off. And then YouTube the rest of the week. Thank you, Chris. Hope everyone has a great rest of their day, and see you on ShareVision tonight. Talk to you then. Bye.